The Bible says, write the vision down and make it plain. Even though the vision delays, wait for it, it is going to come to pass. I'm coming to a close of this series where I've been discussing 3 important things about your personal vision. First, there is the knowing the vision, and then there is the owning the vision, and finally, there is the showing the vision. Those 3 are important things, and we're coming to a close today. We've been discussing the showing part of the vision, how important it is to show the vision. Why should you show the vision? How are you going to show the vision? And we've been talking about those, and today we come to a close of the whole episodes, whole series on personal vision. Probably at some later point in time we can revisit this because it's a topic that cannot be exhausted all by itself. So stay tuned for this.
Welcome to the Life Signatures podcast with Lawrence Namale. Lawrence is a life coach, author, and keynote speaker who loves to tackle different topics on purpose, productivity, and resilience. His mission in life is to awaken all your boundless possibilities available in you. Life Signatures podcast is dedicated to bring to reality every single person who knows that deep down in their gut, there's got to be more to life than this. And now, here is your host, Lawrence Namale.
Anything big or small has its origin from vision. It has its origin from the invisible world. Someone saw it, someone sought it, someone desired it, and someone went ahead and created it or just brought it to the reality. But it started all from the angle of vision. And there are 3 things important about your vision as a personal vision. You need to know it, you need to own it, and then you need to show it. These are paramount things. After you've known and owned and shown your vision, then the rest basically is the easiest part. And we have no problem with the easiest part. What is the easiest part? Taking action. That is the easiest part. I mean, if you get out of your house and you go to the streets today, you find very many people on the streets taking action on something or another. So we have no problem taking action. But the question that we need to answer is this: what kind of action are we taking? Towards what end are we taking the action? What is that action feeding to? It had better be feeding towards some kind of general perspective in life in terms of your vision, of the things that you really want to do, things that you really want to become. And I know people will just start arguing with me and say, but this thing of vision keeps changing. When I was a kid, I wanted to be a lawyer. By the way, that's me. When I was a kid, I wanted to be a lawyer, and I wanted to do these things, and then I wanted to become a journalist, and so on and so forth. And now I went into the computer world, and now I'm in the personal development industry, and so on and so forth. Why should I even have a vision in the first place? Or should I have something fixed? Listen, let it change the way it wants to change. Let it morph the way it wants to morph. But let me tell you, the guys who are experiencing this morphing of vision, so to speak, changing and becoming clearer and clearer, the vision just doesn't pop out like that from the sky. It evolves as you apply yourself, and it's evolving because it's being pulled by something else that is connected to vision. So have the vision in there and let it continue pulling you and pushing you, and let it continue guiding you and leading your life towards whichever end you want it to lead. So it's important that you know it, what it is. And then it's important that you own it so it becomes part and parcel of your life. You and the vision are inseparable. You're one and the same thing. And then you need to show it. People need to know what it is that you are about. And we say that showing it doesn't need to wait until the vision is a reality, until the house is built, until the adventure is done, and so on. You show people where you are going, or you show the world where you're going. You speak into the world to where you're going. In other words, The more you voice the vision, the more you speak into the vision, the more things become aligned so that the vision can become something that is a reality. Why are we saying that showing is important? It is important because it opens the doors, it gives the vision some legs, it recruits people, it gives visibility, it gives accountability, it gives responsibility to you, so that at the end of the day, the time lapse spent on making the vision a reality is shorter than when you hide the vision and don't show it. There are different ways that you can be able to show your vision. We've been discussing them, and today we're coming to a close of that. The first thing that we said you can do to show the vision is to write the vision down and make it plain. Just write it on paper or write on a placard or whatever poster it is, and then hang it somewhere so that you can be able to see it and people close to you can be able to see it. The second way you can be able to show your vision to the world is basically to get a vision board. And of course, the world I'm talking about is your internal world, the people that are close-knit circles around you. You show them by creating a vision board, which means you put pictures that represent where you're going. For example, if you wanted to own an airline, what do? You get a photo that shows an airline and then you paste it on your wall. You get a photo, for example, for me, that shows a university building or buildings or space, post it on the vision board, and so on and so forth. The list is endless. The things that you want to do to have to be, you post them on your vision board. Basically what you're doing, you're removing the vision from the mind, you're removing the vision from the heart and from the spirit, from the invisible realm, you're putting it into the visible realm, and you're telling people that is where I am going. It's still not a reality, but that's where I am going. And the third way that you can be able to get your vision to be shown to people is through social media. We talked about that at length yesterday, that we at this moment in time we've developed so much technologically to such an extent that every single person who wants can have a platform without spending a lot of money. Just spending data, just spending money on your phone, maybe buying a phone, putting on apps and so on. The apps are for free and so on and so forth. And you have your own platform. What do you tell people about your platform? And I told you yesterday that government institutions are on social media, news agencies are on social media, non-governmental organizations are on social media, big-time entrepreneurs are on social media, big-time businesses, multi-billion-dollar businesses are on social media. Basically, you can actually say the whole wide world is on social media. Life is happening on social media. So what do? You show your vision there on your social media pages. That's what you do. It becomes easier for people to know what you stand for, and people can be able to engage. I've just gotten off of a call this morning by a lady who is passionate about purpose also. But how did this happen? It happened because I was showing my vision on social media. Now we are able to connect men and women of like passions, and we're able to do business. We're able to expound our value, increase our value towards one another, and bless this world because we are showing our vision. As I come to a close, one of the things that I want to share today is, if you are involved in meetings, networkings and so on and so forth, it is important. One of the things you see people doing in networking sessions, what they do? They give out business cards and they're looking for business. I'm looking for business. That's a very technical word to use. When you are networking, let me put that networking in quotes, you don't look for business. When you're networking, you show your vision to people, and the business is a byproduct of the vision that you're talking about. So for example, you go to a networking meeting and people ask you, tell me about yourself. And this one they do a lot with this organization called BNI, Business Network International, I think. I've attended 2 of their sessions, and they're actually very powerful, where you're supposed to just stand in a space of a minute. You tell the people what you are about, what you offer, what you're good at, why you're doing it. And that is where you show your vision. You don't tell people, I'm looking for business, I'm into printing. No, tell people your vision, where you're going. And now people start networking and start connecting with you. In fact, every time you mention your vision to people, every time you introduce yourself, every time you introduce, that's the fourth thing that you can do to show your vision. During introductions, people normally do introductions and they say, oh, I'm a son of this, I'm the 4th born, I went to this school, I have a degree in this, I have a master's in that, I have a business in this. tell people as you're introducing yourself your vision. Like I was saying, whenever you mention your vision, something happens in people's psyche. What happens is that their minds, and the mind is something very powerful, the mind starts connecting and finding relevance of that vision in their immediate lives. And if there is no relevance in their immediate lives, and there doesn't have to be, by the way, they look for relevance in someone else's life, maybe a niece or an aunt or an uncle or a cousin or a brother or a sister or a parent or a neighbor. Basically, connections are going on like that, and the connection might not necessarily happen then and there. That's the problem with you people. You go with a business card and you give people business cards and so on, and you're hoping that connections will happen. And meanwhile, in your business card it says CEO, Life Signatures. So what? That is not a vision. That is a title. It doesn't connect people. What does Life Signatures do? What do they stand for? What do they really want? What is the change? What is the value that they are adding on the face of the earth? The more you connect and introduce yourself and tell people about your vision, the more it grows and attracts people and recruits people and makes you accountable and so on and so forth. So introduce yourself. Each and every single day of the week, we have the chance to introduce ourselves to others. And for the most part, people say their names and they sit down. And what a total letdown that is to your vision. You should never lose the opportunity of saying your name and your vision in the same breath. They should be one and the same thing. Can you consider how fresh that thought will be? I mean, can you imagine standing up and sharing your vision and your name with any group of people in less than 30 seconds? It is a massive impact on your personality, and you never know who will be able to listen to that vision, or who is connecting with that vision, who is googling about that vision in their minds. See, as we come to a close of these episodes, I cannot emphasize enough how important personal vision is. To know that personal vision, to own that personal vision, and also to show that personal vision to the world. The people who do these three things have a propensity, a bigger probability of succeeding in their lives than the people who do not know the vision, do not own the vision, and are not even showing the vision. People do not engage with guys who don't have clarity. People engage for the most part. If you find there is a lot of engagement in your life, it means that there is some level of clarity. The higher clarity you have, the more engagement it brings into your life. And the problem is that people normally think that vision is such a narrow thing, it excludes you and so on and so forth. If you have small vision, or if you have one narrow vision, you're going to exclude yourself and miss opportunities and so on. And so people don't do vision, and then they look at their lives, there is no engagement. People engage where there is clarity. Where there isn't clarity, people stay away, they shy away from it. Well, so ladies and gentlemen, we've come to a close of this long series where we've been discussing the aspects of vision on a personal level. That you need to know your vision, you need to own your vision, and you need to show your vision. Starting in the next episode, immediately after I've done our book review, we're going to talk about a new interesting series that has an online course on it. You wanna stay tuned. Bye-bye. A special shout out to my mentor Jeffrey Howard of Visionary Business University, found at mastermindmentor.com, who has graciously provided me with the soundtrack and the introductory track to this podcast. Thank you, Jeff.
Thank you for listening to Life Signatures Radio. If you enjoyed today's show, subscribe to Life Signatures Radio on iTunes, Stitcher, or visit our website at lifesignatures.libsyn.com. Life Signatures Radio, fresh, clean, and inspiring.